Hi friends, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that might be new here, hi, welcome. My name is Megan, and today we are going to be discussing some of the biggest trends, summer trends for 2026, specifically though from the perspective of a reseller. So not just runway fashion trends or trends that like influencers are wearing in Instagram photos or TikTok videos. I want to talk about what people are actually buying right now on Poshmark, eBay, Depop, and Mercari, if you could make sales over there. Secondhand in general. I've been noticing a very clear theme while thrifting lately, looking at sold comps and honestly just scrolling through like Depop's trend pages. Certain aesthetics and keywords are absolutely dominating this summer. So today we're going to talk about the trends themselves, brands connected to them, and what I personally would pick up while thrifting, as well as some SEO keywords, phrases, tips that I would use for listings to get some of these items seen. And honestly, some of these trends surprised me a little bit this year, especially one specific trend that I absolutely did not think I would ever see making a comeback again. So let's get into it. First trend we're going to chat about is Fisherman core, nautical, coastal aesthetic. For all of these trends, I will be popping some visuals on the screen, some examples, so be sure to glance at the screen as we're going over some of these because I will be putting little graphics for you on the screen. This is a very big trend for summer 2026, and honestly I think it's one of the easiest trends to thrift right now. The whole fisherman, nautical, coastal, Euro summer aesthetic is everywhere. Think effortless vacation energy, lots of linen, cotton, oversized button downs, woven textures, stripes, fisherman sandals, boat shoes, and relaxed silhouettes. And what's interesting about this trend to me is this whole aesthetic is not really about looking overly polished or put together. It's about things that people want to feel relaxed and lived in, if that makes any sense. That's why brands like Flax, Eileen Fisher, Tommy Bahama, even J. Jill, especially the Love Linen line, oversized Ralph Lauren, even vintage LL Bean are doing so well right now. Natural fabrics are huge this summer, linen especially. If I find 100% linen pieces, 9 times out of 10, I'm picking it up regardless of the brand, or at least giving it a quick Google and doing some quick comps if I'm not sure of the brand. And keywords really matter for the SEO for this trend so much. Words like coastal, fisherman aesthetic, Euro summer, Mediterranean, relaxed, oversized, gauze, linen, nautical, obviously, all of those really help your listings to get discovered in search. Trend number 2 we're going to chat about is Sporty prep and tenniscore. Sporty prep is absolutely dominating this summer, but now it feels a little more softer and elevated compared to the super intense clean girl aesthetic that we saw 2 or 3 years ago. Now it's more like wealthy tennis club energy, golf course energy, country club energy, all of those vibes. Very polished, almost like quiet luxury, athletic vibes, somewhere in there. So things like pleated skirts, athletic dresses, polos. Polos are very, very popular right now. Quarter zips, vintage Ralph Lauren, Lacoste, tennis core pieces, golf wear, all of these things are doing really well. Honestly too, I think this is one of the safest categories to thrift because it's a trend that shifts slightly, but people still wear these clothes even if they're not trendy because they are functional. They have a actual purpose other than being a fashion trend. Brands that I'm looking for this tennis core, preppy, sporty aesthetic would be obviously the 2 main ones, Lululemon and Athleta, with the caveat that I wouldn't pick up everything from both of those brands. I would be very selective. Even with Lululemon, I'm selective now, but they are brands that fit this aesthetic. Farley is another one. RLX is another one. Alo, if you can find Alo, however you want to say it, I don't know. That brand in particular sells for me like hotcakes right now, but you have to find the right Alo brand. Alo. It's the newer version of the brand. The brand started out, I think, as a sun protection company, and that is not the line that you want. You want the more fashion line from Alo. Nike Golf is another one that might do pretty well for this aesthetic, especially if you can find like Y2K Nike pieces, tennis skirts, polos, little quarter zip sleeveless collared shirts might do really well as well. Anything with that sporty, elevated vibe. Also, a little reseller tip. People are really searching for aesthetics right now. They aren't just searching polo shirt. They're searching things like tenniscore, sporty prep, country club, clean girl, golfer aesthetic, pickleball, things like that. And adding those keywords to the appropriate garments can really help boost your SEO. So I highly recommend doing that. That's something that I did see in a recent Depop call that I was in. People were asking, do buyers really search for aesthetic words? And yes, they absolutely do. They are not just typing in red polo shirt. They are typing in red preppy tennis polo shirt, something like that. So having those extra keywords that tie into your item really do help your searchability in the algorithm and help you to find that exact right buyer. Next trend we're going to be chatting about is sheer fabrics, lace, and feminine layers. This is a trend that I'm seeing everywhere right now, soft feminine layering. Lots of sheer fabrics, lace, chiffon, mesh slips, little camisole layer tank tops under oversized pieces, and very romantic styling. I would say I almost fit my little 2-shirt combo almost fits into this aesthetic just because I'm layering today. I don't have anything sheer or anything like that, but I would say this kind of fits that like soft romantic vibes today. And honestly, I think this trend is happening particularly because people are getting tired of everything looking so basic and minimal all the time. This trend does overlap a little bit with like ballet core, coquette aesthetics. Like I was just saying, I think I'm more like coquette today. I might fit exactly into the coquette aesthetic, but it's more wearable everyday fashion pieces with the ability to layer pieces and create different outfits. So if I find lace trim camis, vintage slips, whether that be a camisole top or a skirt, mesh layering tops, soft romantic dresses, they're absolutely pieces I am paying attention to right now. Brands like Free People obviously is a really great one. Even Kimchi Blue is another one that's I would say underrated brand that I don't hear people talking about, that I do see quite often, that has a very much so like layering, soft feminine vibe. For Love and Lemons is another fantastic example of this aesthetic. Urban Outfitters often has a lot of pieces that fit into this aesthetic as well. And I think we might see another uptick in vintage Victoria's Secret pieces, specifically Y2K pieces, because they very much so have that slip style. They have a lot of lace going on, things like that. So I think we're very much so going to see an uptick in vintage Victoria's Secret, just like we did a few years ago. And layering pieces are particularly great because people can buy them year round and not just like in the summertime. Next trend we're going to chat about is elevated boho and prairie romantic. I think boho's been around for a while, but I think it is important to note that not all boho sells equally. Cheap, fast fashion boho kind of feels costumey or overly dated, usually doesn't perform nearly as well as like a vintage piece or even a Y2K piece that you could find. What people want now is elevated boho, romantic boho, lots of natural fibers. Again, bringing it back to the natural fibers from the first trend that we talked about. Embroidery, lace detail, gauze, prairie silhouettes, earthy tones, and relaxed fits. Think more expensive vacation in Italy boho instead of 2014 music festival Tumblr boho, if that makes any sense. Brands like Spell, Doan, Free People, Johnny Was, Sundance, and a lot of the Anthropologie umbrella really fall under this elevated boho aesthetic. Crochet is a huge trend this summer. Open knits, handmade looking textures, baby doll dresses, peasant tops, all of that is very in. So those are definitely pieces I'm keeping my eyes out for at the thrift store. Think, like I said, elevated festival attire. Okay, the next trend we need to talk about is capris. Because somehow capris are officially back again. And honestly, I fought this trend at first. I really did. And I have not brought myself to purchase a pair of capris yet to resell. But I am going to dabble in a few and see how they perform, because I think this trend is just another example of how early 2000s fashion is still influencing everything right now. Especially more fitted capris, pedal pushers, little cigarette style capris, very, very Y2K styling. I think the younger Depop audience is especially really embracing silhouettes that millennials probably still have trauma from. So if you're thrifting and you see early 2000s capris from a good brand, don't immediately dismiss them anymore, because the genuine demand is actually returning, and I can't even believe I'm saying that, especially like paired with cute little ballet flats or kitten heels or baby tees, fitted tanks, all of that very nostalgic early 2000s styling, especially for the Depop. So keep your peepers out for the capris. And the last trend we're going to chat about today, friends, is retro sportswear, utility, gorpcore. Kind of lumping all of that into one, because I do think they all fit kind of in the same vibes. People still really love that outdoorsy technical aesthetic. Nylon shorts, utility skirts, cargo pants, hiking inspired pieces, technical fabrics, trail shoes, any cargo details, cargo skirts, shorts, pants, convertible pants, built-in belted pants, so pants that have a built-in belt that you don't remove, those also do really well. Utility vests, all of those are still very relevant. And honestly, I don't think this trend is disappearing anytime soon, because people genuinely wear these clothes in real life. Again, it's not like a fashion moment. It is technical gear that have a true purpose. They are functional pieces. Brands like Patagonia, Arc'teryx, Mountain Hardwear, REI Co-op, and even vintage outdoor wear can do very well. Sometimes I've noticed people do want outdoor wear that still feels fashionable though. So pieces that combine technical fabrics with flattering silhouettes and trendy colors seem to perform especially well. Okay friends, so with that, we are done with this quick little recap of some of the summer trends for 2026 video. I think all of these are definitely going to be taking up major space in the resale market this coming season. Honestly, I think one of the biggest things to take away from this video, or to wrap your noggin around, is that people are shopping for aesthetics more than ever before. Like I said, they're not just typing in dress or shirt. They're searching things like Fisherman aesthetic, coastal, sporty prep, ballet core, gorpcore, Euro summer, all of these very niche style keywords that if you can hone in on the right words for the right items, you can find that right buyer like that. So as resellers, understanding these trends and aesthetics is honestly almost important as understanding brands now. Like literally, like exactly the same. Because sometimes having good aesthetic can trump a brand. Even if the brand is a good, notable brand, the aesthetic might be what sells the item. And I guess I've gone on long enough. I would love to know in the comments below what trends you're seeing thrifting lately, what trends you're excited about for this summer. We're excited to be sourcing and selling this summer. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications because I definitely don't want you to miss the next video. And as always, if you took the time to watch this video and you spent your social media currency with me today, I so appreciate you. And if you wouldn't mind just hitting like on your way out, that would be awesome. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.